Why hello there, my name's Arkthepenguin, and it's that time of year again. It's mating season. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's not mating season yet. It's Christmas time, as you can see from the hat. And I thought what better way to celebrate than starting an annual tradition on this channel. Every year for Christmas, I'll upload a video every day starting from December 15th to the 25th, or as I will call it, the 12 Days of Penguin. And what better way to bring some holiday cheer than talking about holiday titles? That means I have to talk about Watch Dogs, dang it!
For this video, I'm going to classify a holiday title as a game that released in either November or December to increase revenue because of the Christmas season. Whenever a company puts out a big game to appeal to the masses like Mario, Assassin's Creed, Zelda, or Call of Duty, just name a few. I think that the perfect place to start is this year's holiday titles. 2020, in my opinion, was a very weak year in terms of games. Of course, there were some bangers this year, like Ghost of Tsushima, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Animal Crossing New Horizons, just to name a few. But this year just felt lacking to me overall. But the holiday lineup for this year seems to be decent enough. One of the most notable so far is Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which released November 10th. Now, you guys already know, I like Assassin's Creed, but nowhere near as much as other people do. I would consider myself a fan, but not part of the community. I actually haven't played Valhalla yet, but I've heard from my fellow Assassin's Creed Odyssey haters that it's actually pretty good. Once I do get it, I plan to do a full Let's Play of the game and a discussions video on it, so be looking forward to that. But since I haven't played it yet, all I can say is if you have $60 that's just begging for you to spend it, you should give it a try. Another big release from November this year was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Once again, I haven't played it yet. That's because I'm what the currently wealthy would call currently broke. Much like Valhalla, I've heard some pretty good things about it. And if you, like me, are interested in seeing what happened 100 years before Breath of the Wild, you should absolutely buy this game for the sweet, sweet lore. Much like Assassin's Creed, Halo is a franchise that I like and respect, but due to me not liking shooters that much and the fact that Halo 5 exists, I'm definitely cautious going into Halo Infinite. I won't be buying it for a while because Microsoft just had to be Microsoft, but when I do get the new Xbox, I'll definitely give it a try. Spider-Man Miles Morales is once again a game I haven't played due to me not yet owning either of the new generation consoles. But from what I can tell, it seems to be a pretty cool game, especially for people like me who love the original Spider-Man game. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War gets the award of Game of the Year that I least care about. I'm sorry, I just can't get into any shooter other than Halo and Splatoon. Halo has an amazing narrative -5 and some surprisingly engaging gameplay, and Splatoon has such a unique concept that I just can't help but have a good time with it. To me, Call of Duty is the most repetitive franchise ever made. Sure, Assassin's Creed is also stupidly repetitive in terms of their releases, but the games aren't that repetitive, minus stuff like Unity, Syndicate, and of course this game. Call of Duty just feels like the same thing over and over again to me, and if you liked Cold War or COD in general, I'm not going to say that you're wrong for liking it. I'm just going to say that I personally don't like it. Overall, a pretty decent holiday lineup. Oh god, very similar to COD. I really don't like Watch Dogs, but with COD, I can at least respect the franchise because of how iconic it is. With Watch Dogs, what did any of those games contribute to gaming? Once again, if you enjoy Watch Dogs, that is completely fine, but like COD, I just couldn't find enjoyment in any of the games. Overall, a pretty okay holiday lineup. As a Nintendo fan, I was a little bit disappointed since the only Nintendo released this holiday was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, but in terms of non-Nintendo stuff, it's pretty good.
I also feel like I need to clarify that I don't only like Nintendo, it's just my favorite. I still do love PlayStation and Xbox, but Nintendo's kind of always been my thing. Why else do you think I sold my soul to Mario? Just because I felt like it? That's exactly why I did it!
Alright, the next year to take a look at is... I got it! 2019 was definitely better than 2020 in terms of games that appealed to me. However, 2019's holiday lineup was significantly worse than 2020's. The quality was great, but the quantity was highly disappointing. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was a notable release, and it was probably my favorite from this year's holiday lineup. It's just such a good Star Wars game, definitely the best I've ever played. I guess the genre it would fall under would be Metroidvania because you explore different areas and planets, and as you explore you find things to upgrade your gear to move further in the game. And the fact that it released during holiday season definitely helped it out. Coincidentally, Jedi Fallen Order released on the same day as Pokemon Sword and Shield, many's most anticipated game of the year. Sword and Shield received a heavy amount of backlash whenever it was first announced because of the graphics and, of course, the lack of the national dex. Neither of these bothered me personally since I've never really cared about graphics, and whenever a new Pokemon game comes out, I usually focus on the new Pokemon instead of old, but I definitely understand why people were upset. Now personally, these games didn't disappoint me at all, but unfortunately they disappointed a lot of people. But now with the DLC out, I've seen many people taking a liking to this game. But overall, I think that a new Pokemon was the perfect game to release for Christmas. Death Stranding was what many people were looking forward to, and it did not disappoint. Never mind, I've personally never played it because of this, but from what I've heard, many people were not happy with the turnout of this game. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 came out the same day as Just Dance 2020, but that's all the releases for Holiday 2019. I guess Halo the Master Chief Collection came out, but those were all old games. The only releases that actually spoke to me were Jedi Fallen Order and Pokemon, but that's just me. I'm sure somebody lost their crap when Just Dance 2020 came out.
Guys, it's here!
So now that that's over, why don't we take a look at the worst year in terms of holiday releases so far? That was mostly a joke, but if 20% of your holiday titles is Fallout 76, something's not right. The most notable release was, of course, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is without question the best one here. Smash Ultimate may not be my favorite Smash game, but overall, it's the most bang for your buck game in the franchise so far. Darksiders 3 came out, and to be completely honest, I have no idea what a Darksiders is. Hitman 2 was a pretty big release, and it seemed to get mostly positive feedback. The Hitman franchise just doesn't interest me that much. I think it all comes down to the fact that I'm just not a big fan of modern day settings. If I do get it, I'll do the unthinkable and play it. I just don't have high expectations for it. Spyro's Reignited Trilogy also came out, and so did the Sega Genesis Classic, on different dates I should add. And of course, Fallout 76 is one of the worst games I have ever played. Not the worst, but it is so helplessly bad. I'm not going to linger on it for too long, because you could just watch any negative review on it, and that's basically my opinion of it. But all I'll say is Bethesda majorly screwed up with this one. 2018 was not good at all whenever it comes to holiday titles, so maybe 2017 has some good holiday games. I mean, this was the year that we got Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Horizon Zero Dawn, so how could they possibly screw this one up? I spoke too soon. This year's quantity was higher than 2018, but the quality was significantly lower. The best release by far was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I loved the original Xenoblade Chronicles, and so I was crazy excited when I heard that they were making a sequel. And while I do prefer the original, this one was still a great time. And they did release Horizon DLC, which was something that a lot of people seemed to enjoy, but then all of this happened. I'm not going to go into detail with these games, but I will say none of these games are for me. I'm sure that they aren't bad games minus Sonic Forces, but none of them interest me. I'll eventually give them a try, but not in the near future. 2016's holiday titles were the definition of it's okay, I guess. Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection was a pretty big one, and I was pretty pleased that people could experience the best Assassin's Creed games on their modern consoles. Another big one was The Last Guardian, and I don't think I've ever heard more mixed receptions for any game. I've heard some people say that it is a masterpiece, and other people say that it was extremely disappointing. I personally haven't played it, but it looks like a okay enough time. Watch Dogs 2 came out, and as I've already stated, I don't like Watch Dogs, and 2 is probably my least favorite for personal reasons. Nintendo released a mobile game. Why? I mean, it's pretty good for a mobile game, but why make your holiday title this? And the last year I want to inspect is 2015. While this year contained two of my least favorite games of all time in Fallout 4 and Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, it also contained some pretty cool ones. One of them being Star Wars Battlefront, which is one of the few shooters that I like. Xenoblade Chronicles X is probably the best in the franchise so far, but I still prefer the original for nostalgic purposes. And Just Cause 3 was a fantastic sandbox. Not as good as 2 in my opinion, but still a great time.
But in conclusion, it takes a very special year to have great holiday titles all around. And what it takes to have great holiday titles all around is both quality and quantity, and not one or the other. So I guess that's it for the... Oh wait, I almost forgot! Guys, I think I successfully predicted 2021's holiday lineup. I think I got this one on lock.